Welcome to my channel. Let me tell you a story about a woman named Ifeoma. Ifeoma was an ambitious young woman from a small town. She had a heart full of dreams and a mind sharp as a blade. From a young age, she was focused on her studies, wanting to become something greater than what life in her village seemed to offer. Her dream was to be the first woman from her village to attend university and break away from the expectations of settling down early and starting a family. But while her ambitions gave her hope, not everyone was supportive. Ifeoma was born into a family that valued tradition, and her extended family had strong opinions about a woman's role. To them, a woman's purpose was to marry young, have children, and be a devoted wife. Anything else seemed like a defiance of fate. Her parents supported her education, but her aunts and uncles, her neighbors, even her friends, felt differently. Many whispered that she was too proud or too ambitious. They said she was reaching for the stars, without realizing just how high they truly were. Her aunts, who seemed to relish the idea of living life by conventional norms, were the loudest. They spoke behind her back, saying, "Who does she think she is? We'll see where all this education gets her." They began to spread rumors around the village, claiming she had lost her way. They said she would end up old and alone because no man wants a woman who is too wise. Soon, the whispers became a drumbeat, a relentless beat of shame meant to knock Ifeoma down, to remind her that, in their eyes, she was out of place. Despite this, Ifeoma held her head high. The louder they talked, the harder she worked. She knew she had to be twice as determined, twice as resilient, because she was not just fighting for her dreams, but against the narrow mindset that sought to box her in. She graduated high school at the top of her class and won a scholarship to a prestigious university far from her hometown. She packed her bags and left, eager to start this new chapter in her life. Years went by, and Ifeoma thrived at the university. She graduated with honors, securing a good job in the city where she eventually rose through the ranks. Ifeoma was able to achieve things many in her village never imagined were possible. She became the successful, independent woman they all doubted she could be. One day, Ifeoma returned to her village for the first time in years. But instead of finding scorn, she was greeted with awe. People whispered in amazement, "Did you hear? Ifeoma is back, and she's accomplished so much." Those same relatives who once tried to shame her were now in awe, trying to bask in her success. They spoke proudly of her, claiming they always believed in her. The same aunts who beat the drums of shame were now boasting, "We knew she was special all along." But Ifeoma remembered. She knew these people were not celebrating her for who she was but for what she represented now that she had proven them wrong. They wanted to dance to the beat of her success, despite having once used those very drums to try to pull her down. With grace, Ifeoma chose not to remind them of the past or rub her success in their faces. Instead, she used her newfound position to help others in the village who, like her, had dreams and ambitions that went against the norms. She funded scholarships, hosted educational workshops, and became a role model for young women who didn't fit the mold. The same relatives who tried to hold her back found themselves irrelevant in this new world that Ifeoma had helped to shape. They had to watch as the younger generation, especially the girls, aspired to be like her, no longer confined by narrow expectations. In the end, the drums they had beaten to shame her only set the rhythm for her success. And when the time came to dance, Ifeoma led with grace, leaving them to watch from the sidelines, bound by the same chains of tradition they had once tried to bind her with. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.